She has the condition, and it does not slow her down at all, even though she is a long-distance runner on the Armstrong High School track team. We welcome Niasia, along with Dr. Ruth and Amin, who can tell us more about living with asthma. Welcome to both of you.
Thank you.
First of all, congratulations, Niasia. You wear the crown very well.
Thank you so much.
Is this your first pageant?
Yes.
And why did you decide you wanted to get into a pageant?
Well, I've already done modeling and things like that and photographs. So my mom, she actually won her state title for Mrs. the Married time. The Virginia Essence, well, the Essence pageant is for a whole bunch of diverse women. So it's not just basic where regular pageants you can't be divorced, can't have kids, can't be a certain age. But this pageant, you can be any color, any race, any age. And so my mom ended up doing it, and she went for her state. So I was like, well, let me try it. So I tried it, and I ended up winning.
You won your first pageant. That's pretty special. Now, how did you choose your platform that you were going to use?
Well, like, I have asthma, so it was just, how can I reach out to other kids like me who have asthma and don't really take their medicine, don't have a real role model to look up to. But just when I go to like elementary schools and stuff, just they think I'm like a princess or a queen. But then they don't want to find out that I actually have conditions. So it's easier for me to like adjust and like get to know them and they understand.
It's funny because it hasn't let you slow down at all. You run track, you play basketball, you swim, you cheerlead, you play tennis, you're in gymnastics, you're in archery. How does having asthma affect you in your sports?
Well, I had to know what my triggers were. So I had to find out. It took me a while. I had gone to a hospital so many times from having asthma attacks every year. So once I found out my trigger, I knew take 2 puffs before I do the activity, 2 puffs after, and then I'm good for the rest of the day. So it's hard, but then there's always a way to get around it. So I pretty much persevered through it.
Well, Doctor, I mean, she's very active, Niasia is, in a lot of things. Is that common among people, children, especially who have asthma?
Yeah, I think she made a great point. I think that if your symptoms are controlled well and you follow up regularly with a physician, you can lead a completely normal life. And just like you say, you run track. Most children and most adults who have asthma, they can play sports, they can be outdoors, they can do everything that anyone else would normally do.
I want to point out you are not Niasia's doctor,
No.
but you can give us some good information. Are there some common things that we need to know about asthma that affect everyone who has the condition?
Well, I think the biggest thing, like you mentioned, is identifying your factors. They say that certain environmental factors can trigger asthma attacks, and that can be like dust and allergens and pollen, things like that. So if you can identify what your trigger is, and you can either avoid that or treat yourself before and after you're exposed to those allergens, then you can do everything you can do.
Niasia, you brought up an interesting experiment here. What is this that you're going to show us?
Well, it's pretty much coffee straw stirrers. People with asthma, during an asthma attack, their airways close and it gets really small like this. So the experiment was to breathe through it while holding your nose to see how long you can do it. Normal people who don't have asthma can do it for 15 to 20 seconds. But, for me, it was hard when I first did it because, yeah, I've been through this. I know what it feels like to have an asthma attack and how my airways close up.
Is this something that you show the kids when you go and talk to groups?
Yes, it's like they do it for 15 seconds. Yeah, it's not very long, but it's good.
But it's a great way to show what having asthma is like for those who don't have it.
Yes, because some people see people have asthma attacks, they don't really understand what's going on. So I think it's just a better way just to expose them now.
And Doctor, what are some of the kind of ways, treatments for people who have asthma so that they can live a more normal life?
Well, it depends on the classification of your asthma, depending on if it's mild or if it's severe. If it's just mild, then you can just have a respiratory inhaler with you that you use after you start to feel the symptoms of an asthma attack coming on. In more severe cases, you can use daily medications that actually prevent asthma attacks from coming on, in addition to the respiratory inhaler that you use.
Well, now you're going to get out and get your word out and continue teaching about asthma. What's the most important thing you learned about having your condition?
The most important thing that I learned is just to try to prevent it as much as I can. I know that I can't get rid of it. Some people say they can outgrow it, but I found out that it's not really a bad thing. It makes me unique. It makes me the person that I am today. To just say I've done all these different activities, and then in the long run, it's like I have asthma. So I just get really excited.
And this is a great way for you to be able to share your story and your experience.
Yes.
All right, Niasia, Ellis, thank you so much for joining us
Thank you.
today. Miss Virginia Teen Essence and Dr. Rupen, thank you so much for giving us a little input as well this morning. All right.